First scenario, sales picking with license plate LP requirements. When the work starts, the worker is assigned a color. Pick locations light up in that color. If there's an open box LP, it appears on the label. Then we scan a tote. From that point on, the target license plate is lit. We complete the work, do the putaway, and restart the cycle. I'll talk about colors in a moment. First, let me show the setup in D365. When we install the module, it appears in the menu as Dynapick. It's a very small setup. First, you define the devices. Each device has a cloud ID, and it can be assigned a role. It can be a location label, a target LP tote label, or a bin label. You can use any device in any role. For smart bins, we use reusable target license plates, LPs, and attach labels to them. Let me show you on the camera. You can see the barcode label. This is tote 1 with the light and label. It can move around. Each tote holds one order at a time. This is how D365 works. After putaway and posting the packing slip, D365 releases the tote so we can reuse it. We can then reuse it for the next warehouse work. A tote may not have its own ID. We use D365's auto-generated target license plate feature. D365 generates it automatically. It generates a target license plate, and these are screen devices. The barcode is shown directly on the screen. For locations, we assign a device and set the warehouse location ID. After that, location data starts flowing to the device. When physical availability changes or the item changes, the screen updates automatically. So how do we run pick work? We assume multiple pickers will be working simultaneously in the warehouse. Because of that, when a worker starts work, we assign a color. That color is linked to the worker. For example, the system can show blue, so the worker can identify it from a distance. Another picker can be assigned green, and their pick locations will light up green. This way, each picker knows which locations to go to. Our LEDs are RGB, so we can show different colors. We prefer to keep the set small. These 4 are the main colors. If you have 5 pickers working at the same time, you may need an additional color. You can define a color and select it from the color palette. and we can show that color on the LED. As I said, the LEDs are RGB. We can show any color. Is there a limit to how many workers can pick at the same time? Other than physical constraints like not having 50 people picking in the same area. System-wise, there's no limitation. Technically, our LEDs can show about 16 million colors, but many are hard to distinguish. For example, purple and blue can look similar from a distance. That's why we recommend limiting the number of colors. Limit as possible. But there's also another advantage. If you're a big warehouse like working, 50 people, it's probably zone picking. So we can use colors by zone. So for example, I'm working in zone 1 with blue color. Another person in zone 2, which is a different location. They can have the blue color too, since we never go to our zones, each other's zones. It won't cause any issue. After that, everything else is standard advanced WMS, no change to your D365 process. As you can see, one I have in this, is it possible, let's say I have 7 pickers, whatever position is it possible I can once a user has been. Once a user is assigned to work, the color can be fixed per user. For example, Clea always gets blue. Always get blue if I pick it, always get red. Is that possibility also exists by user? Yes, so the user says users have default colors on them. And default colors. Then it is in the grid on the same screen in here, near to the main menu. Default pad color. Default pad color. You can define a default pick pad color. That color is already in use. Yeah. Get the work assignments. Or you can say, pick the next available color. So we support. You can always see what's currently happening. So you can see these are all closed. When I start a work, you will see that I will get the color blue. It's the first color, with my name and the work ID, and it will be open on the floor zone. Always track what's happening from here. So let's start with a work. We created some. Let's see this work. What do we have here? Okay, so this work will send me Florida, 00001 location. I will pick 2. Then I will go to Florida. 002 location, I will pick another 2, and work will be completed, as you can see. Currently, no color is assigned for this work because the work didn't started yet. Let's begin with starting the work. So I'm going to my handheld sales picking. For the work ID, so I'm entering 0000222. Now it says your P color is blue. If I refresh the work color assignments, I can see the color assigned to this work. See, it's assigned to user this word in process floor for blue. In the meantime, you can see Florida 1 is illuminated in blue in the warehouse. The dynamics finalize the pick decision, so I will show you. What's on the screen? So this is Florida 1. This is the black and white screen. It's slid blue and I need to pick one, and there's already an open box. This is the license plate, so we are showing the license plate too. So what I will do is get my hand held, and it's asking me to scan the license plate of. So it's readable by scanner. I get one item. I have a bin that I'm carrying around, so it's empty. I will put it inside. Since this is the first time I'm using this beam, the handheld system is asking for the target. License plate. So I'm scanning, and now this will be the bin I will use for the rest of the NOAM. When we do that, P is complete. So two things is happening. It's now telling me to go. To FL002, and within couple seconds we will see the lights will change. So FL001 pick, complete. Now this light is gone, and the next location that I need to walk to is lit blue. So, and also as you can see for this order I'm picking, this will be the bin I'd be using. Let's say there's another picker in the warehouse currently. Let's select another work. So the second worker started the work 0223. Automatically assigned the green light. See, the lights will illuminate within a couple seconds. As you can see, I need to go Florida 1. Second user needs to go FL1, and FL1 is green. And this user still has blue on this location? Qui, right here. If I go to that location, right, it's going to tell me pick. From the first license plate, what if I scan a different license plate? Is there a validation? Will it error out? Not by our system, that's not our side of our responsibility. Can put that kind of verification in D365. We are just showing the information on the screen. These scenarios we can discuss. Like if there are two open boxes with different license plates, we can. Say, don't show the license plate on the screen, so user will be forced to scan from the box itself. These are not technical limitations, these are limitations, but we can go with. It's what we need is tell us what we need to show on the screen. Let's complete the work one. So this is on the, oops, wrong scanner. Android device I'm using. It's asking for the license plate. I'm scanning the license plate. It says the pick is complete. Now I need to take it to the next location. Your put location, and I'm finishing the work. I have a tote for you. Is if we have 2, 3 items with blue color, for example, I'm picking. Blue, only after completing the first item will the second item get lit, or all the 3 locations. Will get lit at the same time, so currently I'm lighting the next location. Whatever the system is saying, pick, because if we light 2 different all locations instead. Of going floor to 1, the user can go FL2 first. Various management tells user to go. We are only turn in light on that location. If you skip whenever the screen says another location, that location will lit up. We are just following what's happening in 5, or order itself, okay? We have notations there, so, and for example, if you have a location, if you have a warehouse that you coma. Don't use the picking software, just using picking lists on paper. I know it's not your scenario. But not using advanced WMS? Then we can light all the locations and tell the user pick quantities. They can just go pick into a bin and come back and complete the picking. Yeah, the key is the sorting code. Because if I have, let's say in this aisle, I have 2, 3 locations. It should follow the sorting code, so you don't walk to another aisle and then come back. Come back to this aisle again to pick that may not be an efficient one. Of course, we are assuming you put the sorting codes in the location. Yeah, the pick pad. The defining the pick pad is D365's responsibility. If the data is correct, we'll OK. Give you the most efficient p-pick. So that's one of the advantages of software. I'm not telling you anything like our software can do this, can't do this, because we are not aware. Most of these questions are solved in D365, so you're not getting something unfamiliar. You don't know that you didn't test before. We are just adding the lights. All right. Understood. Okay, so let's continue to second work. I'm the green and scan license plate. When I do that, it's asking for a target license plate, so I'm getting an empty bin. After I scan it, that bin becomes my active tote for this work. I get an item, put it in the bin, and it's already while I'm putting in the bin. It's already light at the next location. screen, it's showing like, it may feel like a little bit slow, but actually it's everything's happening less than 30 seconds. Worker physically working, picking something, pulling somewhere, getting the scan gun. To hand again to see the next location, and whatever the lights are already updated. Let's complete this too. It's asking for the LP long wrong scanner. Have two identical scanners in hand. Now the long wrong application. I completed the work. So when I complete work now, both blue and green. Colors are completed. They are not assigned to anyone anymore. So let's refresh. Both are closed. So these colors are free now. When I start the next work, they can be assigned again. All right. One more thing I want to show you. The color screens are getting the message at the same time with the black and white. But as you can see, black and white screens were showing P quantity and now showing location quantity, and everything very fast when the light comes up. But for the color ones, there's a little bit difference. They really look nice. L3, L3. 217. Okay. 217. So, when I start this work, it assigned me the color blue and it told me to go to FL3. Now the message is flowing, and we will see the update on the screen. The light came up. But after light came up the beauty. Update is taking another 15-20 seconds, so it makes sense for the zones. There's a high. Possibility to collide multiple pickers at the same location to use black and white. For the zones like overhead zones and the replenishment zones. You can use the color screens. But we have the license plate. It will ask me the, target license plate. This is still full. Now it will switch to the next one. 4. As you can see, FL3 is now removing the pick. Order from screen and showing the updated location quantity. Florida 4 is now showing the pick details, license plate, and everything. Also, our bin is illuminated too. The system will update the locations. Lights are off,